Watch this video and let's discuss it.
There is no such thing as white witchcraft. Witchcraft is witchcraft. Tarot cards, card reading, everything to know about astral projection, Tibetan Book of the Dead, Buddhism, anything there was to know about spirit guides. And what I would do is I would astral project out of the body, enabling spirits to come in, because in witchcraft, I believe that if I could get my own spirit, I could be empowered by bringing spirit guides in. Now understand, I was of the mind that these spirits that were coming in, spirit guides, were nice. I became very, very studious about astrology, witchcraft, card reading, and that card reading became my niche. Sid, I would walk into a room with a deck of cards and read everybody's mail, just by that deck of cards, and I thought I was the best thing since the McDonald's hamburger. I thought I had finally come to a place of prominence because I could intimidate people. I could make them afraid of me because I was operating in these powers. And I never knew they were demonic, or I thought that I had come into this great power that I had been looking for. The trouble is, when you play with the devil, he doesn't play fair. He'll give you everything you want, all the drugs you want, all the women you want, all the promises, and all the power you want. And when he's done with you, he'll kick the legs out from under you. Sure. That's why you hear rock stars sometimes say, I sold my soul to the devil. Because once you make that trade, he'll give you what you want. But people need to understand that the devil is not sharing his kingdom with anyone. He's selfish and hateful, and his personality is that of hate and violence. And so as
I want to start off by saying you should always do what you want in life. Always. Like, someone's opinion on social media should never matter in your life. So if you're deeply into astrology and witchcraft and tarot cards and you watch this video, just scroll off. You don't have to comment. You don't have to say, oh my God, no, it's not true. I'm just saying what I experienced. I was deeply into astrology. I was deeply into tarot cards. I saw my psychic, but then I saw my therapist, okay? I was deep. I'm Nigerian, juju exists in Nigeria. And I played with that stuff up until like February. I would do rituals. I had chakras. I know how to do rituals for people. I know how to read palm. I learned the art of witchcraft so well that I could move my own future around and I could move someone else's future around. But what I quickly realized, the closer I get to God, is that witchcraft, astrology, as I continue to get closer to God and work on my faith, what I quickly realized, and again, this is just my opinion, I will literally block you if you try to disagree with me on my opinion, is that God only communicates to you directly. He does not communicate through anybody. He doesn't communicate through a pastor, through an imam, they can learn God's words and they can help you understand it better. But God speaks directly to you and you only. That's it. So when you access astrology constantly, or psychics or mediums, or like people who do witchcraft to tell you about your past or your future, what they're doing is accessing the demonic spirits. I can't even say it, the demonic spirits that are attached to you. And those demonic spirits are giving them information. They're not talking to God. Astrology does not talk to God. It talks to demons. So when you're deeply into astrology, or even, oh my God, I cannot believe how deeply I was into astrology. You couldn't tell me. I defined every part of my life by being a Sagittarius, okay? But when you're deeply into that world and into witchcraft and psychics and things like that, and they tell you about your future, or what you think is going to happen tomorrow or in the past, whatever, you essentially come into agreement with the demons that's attached to you to carry out those plans for you. That's what astrology is. The only person who can see the future is God. There's no one else that can see the future. No one else. They're not predicting the future. They're predicting what they think they want to happen to you. And you're saying, yes, please let it happen to me. And then they carry out that plan. Witchcraft, astrology, those things are demonic. They're not of God. They're of evil. And you don't do. What I realized as I got older is that there are only two sides, right? There's God's side and the other side, like Cat Williams says. And there's absolutely nothing in between. You cannot do a hopscotch between the two worlds. You pick a side and you stick to it. Astrology is of the devil. God says it in the Bible, in the Quran, in the Torah, that the devil will always appear as angel of light. He's not going to just come and say, oh my God, I'm the devil. No, he's going to offer you nice things. But as I realized, and again, I practiced juju for a while. I knew how to do it very well. Is that when you do business with the devil, you will pay him. He doesn't do anything for free. It's a very transactional relationship. You're offering something every time you do that, every time you open those portals, right? But with God, everything is free. He just tells you, here, you can have this. Isn't that? Look at this picture and tell me that does not even look demonic. Like those signs do not look demonic. Like something telling you, oh yeah, you're Sagittarius, you're prone to anger, you're prone to having mental illness, you're prone to traveling everywhere, never settling down somewhere. You commit to that. You believe it so strongly and you start committing to it. And that's not a life that you want to live. You want to live a life of peace, right?
You know, not to diss any of my friends, because I have a lot of friends that are into that stuff and I love them so much, you know. I have actually more empathy and understanding than I think an average person, because I've been there. But I will say that my husband and I, we look at the Rolodex of friends that we have, and the ones that are dictating their life through that, and they're making life decisions through tarot or through, you know, some of the witchcraft stuff, like, even the meditation stuff, or like, you know, and I'm going to definitely offend a lot of people, but like the ayahuasca trips or the meditation camps and silent retreats, all the things that I used to do, except I never did ayahuasca, but like, they're all so miserable.
Yeah.
And like, they're the most broke people. Usually most of them are single. They don't have stability. And I'm talking about like both financial and like the love around them.
Right.
There's always this drama and dread and doom and gloom. And I was one of them, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's one thing that I would look around at my Christian friends and I'm like.
And I get that people want direction in life. They're thirsty for an identity. They're thirsty for someone else to dictate which direction their lives are going. But those things open portals and doors that should just never be open. Okay? You don't want to open that door, because once you open it, you are you're going to face things that you should never face. If your life is in complete chaos constantly, you're always going through something's always happening in your life, and you wonder why, it's because you're deeply into that world, all that new age stuff, chakras, yoga, Palo Alto, saging, juju, witchcraft, talking to a psychic, you know, opening those doors, paying someone to read your palm, all of that stuff. Everything you need to learn about yourself, just look up to the sky and ask. You will get your answers. You will get it in your dreams.
A doorway to evil in their lives. And these are not in any particular order. So ties to the occult. The word occult comes from the Latin word occultus, meaning hidden or secret. It focuses on knowledge of the paranormal. Its basic root is that people want a glimpse into the future. It's associated with things like palm reading, mediums, playing with a Ouija board, tarot cards, going to see a psychic or a medium, the practice of yoga, Reiki, the use of crystals, the use of magic. All magic is inherently evil. And I don't mean illusions such as a card trick, but magic in the true sense of the word is inherently evil. There can be things like reading your horoscope. Again, things may seem like they're entertaining and fun, but that doesn't mean that the devil isn't using that